Welcome to the Guaranteed Irish Business Podcast, where each week we're joined by leaders of Guaranteed Irish member businesses to chat about how they sustain jobs, communities and provenance. Supported by FBD Insurance, Ireland's largest homegrown insurer. Support, it's what we do.
Hi there, my name is Breed O'Connell and joining me today is Adam Talbot, Chief Information Officer at Nostra Technologies, an Irish IT company helping business owners create long-term peace of mind and recent winner at the Guaranteed Irish Business Awards. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Breed.
Delighted to have you in here. Now, founded in 2006 by Kevin O'Loughlin, Gary Byrne and Sinan Finucane, Nostra.ie is well known throughout Dublin, Galway and Cork because you have offices there. But you're now employing, as of this morning, how many?
253 staff as of this morning, thank God.
It's an amazing success story. Tell us a little bit about the history of Nostra and the services that Nostra provides.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a great success story over the last couple of years. Nostra was founded, you say, in 2006 by Kevin, Sinan and Gary, and Barry O'Loughlin, our managing director as well. And what we, in simple terms, do for a business is give business owners and business management teams control over their IT. We often come into a business or a prospective new customer where they're having a specific challenge with IT, whether that be a ransomware attack or a piece of technology that's not working for the business. Their Wi-Fi might be running slow. We come in, understand exactly what the business does, and then understand where the technology sits with that. And we bridge that gap between technology and business. So not speaking in technology terms to business owners or managing directors, but speaking in plain English, helping them make decisions to make IT work for the business.
And it's a very complex business when you're trying to run another business, if you like. Technology is such a major part of everything we do now, but when something goes wrong, everything is held up over it. Have you found, as a result of COVID, that your business has accelerated in terms of growth, or how has that panned out?
Yeah, we definitely have. So from the start of the pandemic, we were a staff count of about 100 or just under that amount. So over the last 3 years, we've grown significantly.
Wow.
And that has been a lot to do with COVID as well. A lot of businesses were coming to us when their staff had to work from home and they wanted to give them better access into their IT systems. And moving to the likes of cloud technologies, which I'm sure we'll speak about, has been a great enabler for ourselves to help companies move to them platforms so that their staff can work better from home.
And you became a Microsoft Cloud Accelerator partner in 2008. Talk us through that partnership. Microsoft, of course, our Guaranteed Irish members are themselves and will be on with us next week as we celebrate Tech Month and have a big think tank around that area. But talk us through it from your perspective.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, Microsoft have been a fantastic partner of ours for a number of years. Back in 2006, 2007, when we were starting off our business, we became Microsoft's first cloud partner within Ireland. And we've partnered very strongly with them throughout the Microsoft 365 or Office 365 journey. They've given us a number of supports, and we're so lucky to have Microsoft on our doorstep in Leopardstown and access to that talent. You know, we often forget as Irish people that we have such great technology companies at our fingertips for the likes of ourselves to work with. Microsoft have worked with us specifically over the last couple of months to develop a product called Nostra Cloud Shield. And what that product is a build-up of a number of Microsoft products that they have, combined with some of the services that we offer to give security to our customers and their staff while operating in the cloud environment. So we've worked very strongly with Microsoft in partnering for that. We're looking to and working on a journey with Microsoft to release that on the Microsoft marketplace for not just Nostra customers, but for customers all over the world to use. So it's been a fantastic opportunity and to work with Microsoft on that one.
So that's unique to Nostra then.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Brilliant opportunity and innovation. How have you found the, I suppose, mixing of the indigenous Irish companies in the tech sector and then the multinationals? It's a really interesting space.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah. And we work with a couple of companies that would be headquartered outside of Ireland but have a large footprint in Ireland, and they need a local managed service provider or a local business to manage the boots on the ground IT. So there's been fantastic opportunity for us there, and then that allows us to gain access into the business on any other part of the world. So it has been great for us to have that leverage, and for a small island like ourselves, we really punch above our weight in that area as well.
Yeah, congratulations to you on that.
Thank you.
The company has grown really quickly. You moved to new offices in Dublin in 2021, and the staff continues to grow, obviously. How has the company then itself adapted to changes and overcome issues of the past 15 years? Because there's been a lot of turmoil in the marketplace.
Yeah, there has, absolutely. And I've been with the business for the last 6 years. And when I started with Nostra, we were a staff count of 40 people. We could all sit around a desk similar to what we're sitting around here today and have a good chat about some of the highlights, some of the lowlights of the week. You know, one of the engineers might say to me they're having a challenge with customer X, and we can trash that out for 15 minutes on a Friday morning. When we have grown to 250, it's not possible to do that anymore. We had a very strong culture of a family business when we were 45 staff. And keeping that family culture within Nostra is something that's very important. We love where we work. A lot of our staff love where we work because we have such good fun in the office as well as do such good work. And keeping that culture is something that we've really pushed and tried to do. Some of the ways that we've done that is by making sure we have a social and events committee that are bringing our people together as much as possible. We've invested in a fantastic HR function with Patricia Dre and our people experience team to help continue that culture of a business of a smaller size. And our customers like that as well. Our customers don't want to be ringing in and re-explaining their IT issues to different engineers each time. So getting that relationship between customers and our staff and maintaining that is something that we've pushed really hard to do, and we feel we've done a very good job of that over the last 15 years as well.
Well, that's really good when you think about all the companies that are out there trying to attract staff and attract talent.
Yeah.
How has that been for Nostra?
Yeah, and look, there's no two ways about it. It's been tough over the last, say, 2 years or a year and a half, very much so. Finding talent and available talent has been a struggle for a lot of industries.
And for the downsizing that's going on with the multinationals now, has that helped in any way with the Irish tech companies?
Yeah, absolutely. We've had a number of people across service and across our sales function that have come from some of the larger multinationals, understanding it's never nice to see people losing their jobs like that. But having the option.
It's nice to see the solution coming from an indigenous and Irish company
Absolutely.
at the same time, isn't it?
It is indeed. It's great to be able to give them that career opportunity.
How the wheel has turned.
Absolutely.
And of course, coming with them then is all this extra talent and experience. I'm really interested in how you're building your culture in terms of fast-moving industries where people are coming and going. How do you maintain that with shift in staff and personnel?
Yeah, sure. One of the things that we've done, especially in a fast-paced business, we need a lot of energy. So we work with a couple of companies that, and one in particular, a Collective Fitness, that work and come into our team each week, a couple of times a week, and train our staff in the gym that we have in Park West. And we run events alongside that to compete against each other. So we're keeping that competitive spirit, but making sure that our staff are fit, healthy, eating the right things, but also competing with each other in that space as well, which has really allowed us to, when that customer rings and has a big problem, we're ready to answer the phone and get cracking at it.
That's amazing. And I think only achievable with a large company like that, 250. I'm not sure you'd probably been able to do that with the 40.
We wouldn't have been able to do that with the 40. No, definitely not.
Great. So that's a real positive success story. Well done. And great to see mental wellness and mental fitness is a real positive for coping with your job, really, and doing the very best that you can perform. Peak performance, really, isn't it, all around?
Yeah, absolutely. As I say, we operate near an emergency services for our business, so our staff need to be trained,
of course,
both physically and mentally, and within the skill set to deal with that on a daily basis. So yeah, absolutely important for us and a key focus.
Really nice angle. It was reported last year that you were targeting up to 5 acquisitions in 23. Did that happen? And can you tell us more about the plans and what's on the cards for the rest of the year?
Yeah, absolutely. So happy to share in the next couple of days, we will be announcing the first of those acquisitions. I can't give you the name of that business yet because it's not public knowledge, but you'll see that coming out over the next couple of days, which is great. And look, Kevin and Barry and the management team have very strong ambitions to meet them 5 acquisitions this year. We've done very well in the acquisitions we've done over the last couple of years, so very much so still on the plans. The first one of them will fall in the next couple of weeks, and then we'll see 2 more straight after that as well.
It's great to see such strength and such success coming from Nostra, because it wasn't always like that. It was tough at times and it went down, as well as back up. It's great to see the reinvention of themselves.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And look, I'll get in trouble with the lads if I don't be honest here. I wasn't there for the tough times, and they'll often remind me of that. But since I've been there, it's been very much a great success. But they did go through some very tough times.
Absolutely.
And our customers are the real point that have stuck with us through them tough times and into the good times here now as well. Yeah, thankfully, and that's what's seen us through that period.
And of course, a company like Nostra are a company of resilience, and I suppose that's what one thing Irish companies and Irish successful business people need to be strong on. And it's something that, in some cases, people say generations are losing. So it's really important that we refer to it. I think that resilience really comes through in Nostra. It's great credit due to them, and I'm delighted for their success. And we've been with them from the beginning, so it's nice to see them weather the storm and flourish, I might add. So it's wonderful news. You mentioned on the website recently that there are some major issues facing pharma and life sciences businesses. Can you talk us through some of these issues and how Nostra might be able to help?
Yeah, absolutely. We attended a pharma and life science conference down in Cork this year, and it was great to see so many people and so many Irish businesses down there representing in Cork. There's a specific challenge within IT for pharmaceutical and life science businesses, and that's predominantly around compliance, whether that's FDA or HIPAA compliance. They have to be compliant with how they work, and that's no different within the technology space. And the challenge for them is that their data is their secret sauce. Their data is their lifeblood. So keeping that secure and away from the bad actors as much as possible, but also giving people access to that data from multiple places around the world is where that challenge really comes in. So we help businesses to get that data secure in them environments, but also accessible to people without having to jump through 6 or 7 different hoops to get access to it. So using some of the technologies that Microsoft have in place with the likes of Microsoft SharePoint or other technologies that are there within that space as well, and using stuff like conditional access, making sure people can access data, but only from specific regions. So if I give you access to a file breed from Dublin, I want to make sure that you can't access that from Portugal. Okay, so we put them technologies in place to make sure that the data is protected but still accessible to the users when they need it.
And are other tech companies providing that service?
Some tech companies will provide that, but I think where Nostra's slight niche is in that area is that we first understand the business and understand what the business needs to achieve, and then design the technology around that, rather than the other way around and trying to fit a square hole in a round peg, if that makes sense.
So it's really interesting. As you know, we represent a lot of pharmaceutical companies here in Guaranteed Irish, and I'm sure they'd be very interested in talking to an indigenous Irish tech firm who could provide those services and support them.
Guaranteed Irish business member Access Consulting has operated in Ireland for over 10 years, helping to achieve access to important new innovative treatments for Irish patients. With a team of specialists including health economists and medical writers, Access produces high-quality evidence-based applications on behalf of pharmaceutical companies to demonstrate value for money that leads to state funding. Access Consulting are proud to be a Guaranteed Irish member business, which reflects their commitment to further growth in Ireland. Visit accesshealthcareconsulting.com for more information, and remember to look out for the G.
We're seeing a rapid rise in AI tech in 2023, primarily with the likes of ChatGPT. What are some of the key cybersecurity risks to this sort of technology?
Yeah, absolutely. So ChatGPT is something that everyone is talking about at the moment, and it's a phenomenal piece of technology.
Phenomenal. I'm a massive fan.
Yeah.
But I see it fraught with problems.
Yeah, look, there's some challenges that come with it, right? And it's on us as a community in the technology space to make sure that the right controls are around technology like that, right? And in particular, some of the challenges are it's access to strong code that people wouldn't have access to before. Okay, so if I don't really understand coding, I can go on to ChatGPT and ask it to write me a piece of ransomware that I can send to somebody to encrypt their PC or encrypt their servers, which I wouldn't have had access to before, right? So, and then I can also ask ChatGPT how to construct a sophisticated phishing attack and send that over, and impersonation attacks and send that out to 2,000 or 3,000, which is very frightening, right? So it's on the community to make sure that them technologies are put in place. So if I look at the likes of Microsoft CoPilot, which is Microsoft's latest product that they're going to be announcing, and I look at the advertisement for that particular product, it's really one of them moments where I look at and say, you know what, this is where the shift is coming from in the next couple of years. It's really going to change where we and how we work with technology. So there's companies like that are being very proactive and implementing it into their technology.
Within controls.
Within controls, absolutely. Yeah.
And what about those who aren't? What's the technology to protect us from that?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a couple of things that businesses really need to be aware of to protect against that. So one, as always, is making sure you have a full backup of your data. So if you do get hit with an attack, how can I recover and how quickly can I recover? To making sure I have the right protections in place for staff. Do they have antivirus on their machine? Do they use two-factor authentication as part of their email process? And the basics like that will protect you against 99% of all attacks, whether that's coming from an AI engine or whether that's coming from a bad actor. So it's really about getting the basics right first and then building on from there.
Okay, it's scary. It's an exciting time in technology, but it's a scary time when you see what can be done with ChatGPT, particularly.
Absolutely, yeah.
A huge number of employees around Ireland have adapted to working from home since 2020. But some are now only making the change and taking on working from home opportunities. What are some key tips you would give to set up a secure home working environment in light of what we've just discussed?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, we're looking here at two elements. So you're looking at data and you're looking at devices. So what devices are accessing which data or applications. So ensuring that the business has full control over the devices that staff are using. So whether that's a personal device or whether that's a business device, and putting in some technologies to control the information that goes onto that device, as well as then controlling how staff access into that. If you've moved all of your applications to the cloud, all your staff need is a internet connection and they can access that. If you haven't and you're still working on premise, you need the security protocols in place to access that data back in your office. The other side of it that's quite interesting is for staff working from home to make sure that they have the right office equipment, to make sure that they have two screens, make sure that they have the right desk setup. So if they are working from home, they're not leaning over a laptop and creating a creak in their neck. Often, visits to the doctor and time away from the desk and not working it costs you more than it would do to make sure that they have the right hardware in place so that they can work comfortably. So we'd be encouraging business on that front as well.
Isn't that very expensive on the small employer? Nostra has 253 people. If they have to double support everything, it's too expensive.
It's not particularly. Hardware is a lot better priced than it was before, and we work with some fabulous Irish businesses that recycle hardware as well. You don't need the latest and greatest screens at home if you're working a day a month at home or 2 days a month at home. So giving a screen a second life at home is a really good way of managing that cost as well.
Fair enough, actually. But in terms of, and I suppose it suits everybody's sustainability and recycling and upcycling piece as well.
Yeah.
In terms of cost, then, in terms of the interaction and keeping the culture that we spoke about at the top of the conversation, how is that managed if a lot of people are working from home all the time?
Yeah, so working from home and culture are things that are quite difficult. So in Nostra, what we've done is we've developed a hybrid model. Depending on what function you work in, there's a couple of days that you can work from home a week. And we do encourage remote working because it does work, right? The other side of that is we do like to bring employees into the office to keep that culture there. It's important to have them, water cooler conversations or face-to-face meetings.
Or the gym challenge.
Exactly, or the gym challenge. So whether you're working at home or we do have staff that work around the world, in some capacity. So we do a lot of interactive online stuff, but getting staff into the office a couple of times a month at least is something that's very important.
Yeah, I'd imagine so, in terms of trying to drive, create and nurture a culture, which is challenging at the best of times. So you've been guaranteed Irish members for some time, Nostra now, being in the IT and cyber security space particularly. How does having guaranteed Irish membership impact your business, or does it?
Yeah, it does impact our business. Like, we work with a number of guaranteed Irish customers,
right?
To start, and having them customers. So to give you an example, the likes of Kilsaran, who will be a guaranteed Irish member, one of our very good customers. I was meeting with Kilsaran yesterday, or Big Red Cloud. Mark and the team in Big Red Cloud would be Nostra customers as well. So it's given us that ability to network and to meet people at the events, the great events that you put on. But also it gives our business that seal of approval for when other businesses are coming to work with us. A lot of people a lot of companies in the outsource space would move a lot of their support function offshore. And a lot of businesses aren't particularly happy with that in Ireland. But that gives us the seal to say that we are an Irish business. We're very proud to work in Ireland. Our staff are a very good collective mix of Irish people. So it gives us that seal of approval when looking for new business as well as working with existing
And the most
clients.
diverse version of Irishness as well.
Absolutely.
We don't all have to be Breed O'Connell from County Dublin.
No, we don't all have to be pale-faced and red hair like myself.
That's it. Well, it's the mixture that actually keeps us all on our toes, and I think that's really exciting and fresh for everybody. In terms of the award you won, congratulations. So you recently won the Guaranteed Irish Business Award for Technology. What do awards like this mean to Nostra?
Look, awards like that mean everything to us, right? I said to you earlier on before, Breed, that we can be dealing with customers at their worst point. Okay, so our team are head down, shoulder to the wheel, making sure that some of the likes of Kilsaran Concrete can get the concrete out to build manufacturing facilities within Ireland. And when something doesn't work for a customer like that, it's all hands on deck to get that working. So we can get caught in the day-to-day, and getting an award like that from an organisation that's as proud to be a partner as we are is means the world to our team, and just shows us that we're doing the right things every day and to continue on the path that we're doing, and we'll be heading in the right direction.
Well, that's a very positive note on which to end. Adam Talbot, Chief Information Officer at Nostra Technologies, thank you very much for joining me today on the Guaranteed Irish Business Podcast. If you want to learn more about Nostra and their services, we will leave a link to their website in the show notes. Thank you as always for listening, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button wherever you're listening and leave us a review if you like this episode.
The Guaranteed Irish Business Podcast, sponsored by FBD Insurance, Ireland's largest homegrown insurer. Support. It's what we do.